Sorcerers! Josh here. It's time to talk about the weirdest buyout. For those of you who don't watch the markets at all or cards moving, I mean, a lot of you notice the ring for obvious reasons, but there's one card that I still can't figure out what's going on. Sir Galahad just keeps getting bought and bought. And as of the filming of this video, he's up to $11 on TCG Player. This is not an $11 card. Certainly not right now. The foil's up over 100, and I just don't know what's happening. Now, just a refresher, Sir Galahad, 5 mana, 2 earth threshold, 2 air threshold. He's a 3/6. His strikes heal you, and your nearby allies do not take damage from spirits, demons, and undead. So my only assumption is that whoever is buying this up thinks that this card is going to see a ton of play with Gothic. That people are going to want this card for their decks, and it's going to be some amazing thing. I mean, it's your money. I don't know who you are. Maybe you're a couple people. And if you want to spend your money this way, sure. And I hope you're right. I don't wish anyone to lose money. That's just not nice. But he's 5 mana, and you've got to be in Earth Air. I don't know. That just doesn't seem like a winning combination to me. Now, I will say that 6 defense, that's pretty tough to remove. There's not, you're not going to remove that with standard damage removal that we see that's pretty common in a lot of decks. It's going to take something like a bury effect, something like a drowning effect, something like that, where you've got to submerge him, you've got to bury him. Those effects are going to kill him. End of story. So, but I get it. And what is odd to me, and maybe this is what they're playing to, Air has a lot of spirit, Earth has a lot of undead, so maybe there's going to be like a combined spirit undead deck that's super amazing, and so it's senseless not to include Sir Galahad. If you're playing spirits and undead and they do some cool thing, there's going to be obviously some really cool avatars that probably have some type of, effect on those particular creature subtypes. Demons that's a fire thing. So I'm really thinking, well, I guess Earth has a demon. You got Pudge, but so maybe that's it. Maybe that's what they're thinking. They're like, people are going to be running some cool spirit, undead, demon thing. And so if you're going to be running Earth Air, and there's going to be tons of awesome undead demons and spirits in this set, then you should just play Sir Galahad. It makes sense to just play him. That's all I can think of. But this is like one of those things that I don't get. Because when I played in TCGs, the current whole, card games are investable, that really wasn't around like when I was heavy into games. They were just card games. The cards have value, You paid $20 for a Jester's Cap because it was Jester's Cap, and that was awesome. But this whole idea of keeping sealed product or buying out particular cards because they're going to change a meta, or this new card's going to be printed and that new card is going to make it so that this old card should be worth, instead of 5 cents, now all of a sudden it's a $5 card and I bought 10,000 of them. That whole thing didn't exist. So even though I understand it and I see it, I just think this is an awful lot of money to be dumping into a card like Sir Galahad, into a TCG that, is new, that is going to have issues with growth, that's going to compete in a very difficult market. It's got a lot of competitors. It's, so I've seen more TCGs die than I can count. So it just seems weird to me. And I get it, people are going to do what people are going to do. But of all the cards to pick, Sir Galahad, I understand this less than I understand the Amulet buyout. The Amulet buyout, I can be like, okay, that's an artifact. So because it's an artifact, it can go in any deck. So if it turns out that having the Amulet is amazing, oh, look, I've got my Amulet, and it's cool, and it does this great thing, I get it, because then, more, everyone can include it. So if it becomes a meta card, everyone's going to put it in their deck. That just isn't going to happen with Sir Galahad. You have to play Earth and Air. And that's what even makes it worse, right? So people are like, well, what about Morgana? Well, Morgana's fire. So if you play fire, you run Morgana. She is amazing. You run Morgana. I guess maybe unless you're just splashing fire and you don't think you can hit that 3 fire threshold. But the idea that Sir Galahad, with his requirement of both 2 Earth and 2 Air threshold, is going to become some major meta card, you are rolling some dice, some loaded dice. And, sometimes loaded dice can work out, I guess. Because every now and then, fate grants you some help, I guess. But I don't understand it. So whoever you are, or whoever, if there's many of you, good luck, I guess. But man, what a weird card to pick. Other than the whole, prevents damage to nearby allies from demons, spirits, and undead. But just the other factors, 5 mana, 2 different types of elements. Man, I don't get it. It just seems like a super risky play. But what do I know? Maybe it's a playtester, right? Maybe there's a playtester who's been playtesting Gothic, and they're like, oh man, Sir Galahad, he's going to be the thing. Everyone's going to be running Earth Air. It's going to be this deck. I know all these cards. Yeah, now I can buy this one up because everyone's going to think it's weird. And we do. This is odd. I think it's very odd. But people are going to do what they're going to do. So whoever you are, best of luck. And it's going to be interesting to watch. This is one of the things I want Gothic to come out so I can see what happens with Sir Galahad. And that's just weird. But that's where I'm at. It just, these types of plays, again, this isn't something that I've ever terribly been involved in, where I've watched markets for card games like this. So seeing it live for the first time, like seeing someone really try to play this out, where I'm really paying attention and knowing where the price is at now, I think it's going to be so cool to see if Gothic comes out and then all of a sudden Sir Galahad's like $25. I'm going to be like, wow, that's just absolutely wild. I guess that's how this game's played, though. So, well, the game of buying, not the game of sorcery. Yeah, that's it. That's all I want to talk about. Weird. I paying $11 for Sir Galahad. How many Sir Galahads did I open? I opened a foil one. I know that. I didn't sell it for $100. Huh. I don't know how many Sir Galahads I opened. And we all know my boxes were awful. So Sir Galahad's probably a card I probably got quite a few times. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I'll have to go look. I haven't been paying attention to it. It's one of those cards that comes out of a pack and you just move on. I keep on buying those Sir Galahads, I guess. It's kind of funny. Makes me laugh. As always, keep on contesting the realm!